Championships. Skipper Steve back there. We got it. We're going to pan around here. The race has just started here at Belle Isle, Detroit, Michigan. And here you go. You're looking at it. This is our front runners in the Sup category. Lots of different paddlecraft out here. We're going to be focusing largely on the Sup today. And John, what do we have out front here?
Well, we have Blake Carmichael right now pulling the drain, but to be honest with you, there's two lines. Dan Novak, who's the local, is on the far inside, so he knows the lane to be in. He's fighting a little less current, where Blake Carmichael is fighting a little more current.
Yep. Next to him, all classes have started together, so we got the women out there too, and Seychelles actually sort of leading the whole train here right now.
Yeah, Seychelles, Dan Novak, Soren Preston. It looks like Jake Portwood and Blake, followed by Campbell Carter, Cameron, John Batson, Steve Miller, Stephanie Schidler. It's just a big, long draft train at this point.
Let's give you a sense of how big this crew is that's out here today. Really beautiful weather here today, too.
Yeah, really nice out, overcast, cool today. Here's a good look at a lot of your racers coming by. There's Joe Suvak just passed by the screen. Hung Young Boo from New York. I see Tony Peters out there. I'm just throwing some names out there that I recognize. What a great turnout for the distance race. You can see, I don't know exact numbers, but I would say well over 100 people are out here. And this is the start of the USA Sup distance race.
All right.
All right.
Let's, Skipper Steve, if we can, head up with our lead pack here. And for those of you watching at home, our boat captain's been appropriately briefed on the effects of wake. We're going to provide a ton of it.
Yeah,
No.
We're going to give these guys the best advantage, and we ordered a wake boat for this. I've done this race, Adam, a few times.
Yeah.
So if you want,
John, let's talk about what we're doing here.
Since we have a little downtime here, while we catch up to the lead pack. We were just told by Captain Steve this is the Detroit Yacht Club. So anyway, right now we're in the Detroit River, and this is Belle Isle to our right hand. So we'll basically be keeping the Belle Isle. The racers will be keeping Belle Isle on their right hand shoulder. This side of the island, they're fighting the current, okay? So it's always moving from north to south in the river, or I could have my directions a little off, but primarily north to south. Once they round the tip of Belle Isle, that's where they're gonna have their most challenging conditions, Adam. It's gonna be choppy and rough because that's where Lake St. Clair comes into the Detroit River.
Yep.
So they're gonna definitely have some challenging conditions on that point. That point's only about a quarter mile, if even, of rough water. Once they turn the island and head back south, as I'm calling it, I'm not sure if it's 100% south, but as they turn the corner and head back south, they will then have a very strong current with them. So we should expect really fast times during this race. It's on the backside of the island. Your top paddlers are going to be doing 7 to 7.5 miles an hour, maybe even 8. Then they'll come around the bottom side of Belle Isle and then have to work the current back to the finish line. So it's about a 6-mile race. I think it's like 6.6 miles, so it's just under 7. And that's kind of a breakdown of the race course. There's not much to it other than you're rounding the island. So whenever you have an island crossing, you're going to have various conditions.
Yeah, and John, like we said at the top, pretty ideal conditions for paddling today. Overcast, so they're not getting baked in the sun, which is always important for a distance race.
Yeah.
And look at this draft train that's formed. We'll get a little closer and zoom in once we come off of a plane here. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, so basically right now, you have the top 10 paddlers, male and female, in a single line draft train. So the main reason you're seeing this right now is they're all trying to hug the shoreline. They're not really worried about making any sort of moves or anything like that at this point. Once they get around to the open water on the backside, that's when the racing's going to begin, because they're going to break up the draft train. Everyone's going to take their different lines. You might see some side drafting and some smaller draft packs, but for the most part right now, this is your top 10 paddlers, men and women. And, you know, looking at the names in that pack, those are probably still going to remain your top 10.
Yeah.
We see Seychelles there, Soren Preston, Dan Novak, Blake Carmichael, Jake Portwood, Campbell Carter, Steve Miller, John Batson, Stephanie Schindler, and I think Cameron Carney from Canada.
Yep.
And those are the top. Those are the guys we saw also in the sprints and the tech race that were the top paddlers. So I feel like those guys are expected to make the podiums. Now, in what positions, we don't know.
And that is the intrigue here. It tends
interesting to see right now, though, Seychelles pulling the whole pack.
Yeah, Seychelles pulling the entire train.
So, and Stephanie's on the back of the pack in 10th place.
Oh, interesting.
Or overall.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, someone just fell out of the train there.
Let's see who.
It got weed. Oh, stumbling around. Who is that? Who's struggling?
Oh, fishing line. It looks like.
Oh.
It looks like Campbell Carter.
Oh yeah, Campbell Carter. You're absolutely right.
And he had to sprint up now.
Oh wow,
which affects John Batson, Steve Miller, Stephanie Schindler, all those guys.
Yeah, and we're looking at it now, and Campbell sort of had a little bit of panic sprint and is trying to jump back up, but
he got caught in some fishing line.
He did, and now you can see Batson's got to get across this 2-board gap here before they lose the train.
Yeah, and Batson's really hammering to close that gap.
Yeah.
Miller's staying on Batson, Stephanie's staying on Miller, but Batson has to close this gap.
He's sort of on the wrong side of that hump.
Yeah, he's just got to get over that last hump and he'll.
Yeah, but watching, this is a bit of intrigue here.
Yeah, this is actually could shake it up before they hit this corner.
Skipper Steve, can we keep up with the front guys here? Thanks.
Stay with these guys. This lead 10 pack is going to be who we're following most of the day.
So you can see,
Look at all the Canadian geese taking off from in front of Seychelles. That's pretty cool. So we also have some surf skis. It even looks like rowing sculls,
OCs,
outriggers. We pretty much have everything in this race. It's an open race. This is the Belle Isle Classic, so this is an ongoing race that's been going on for a number of years. It's serving as the USA Sup National Championship distance race, but it is a race in its own. So you're going to see all paddlecraft here at this time.
So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Oh, no, that's there. Oh, that was a lot. There's a little bit.
Okay.
So we can now see this whole train, and after a little bit of drama there with Campbell Carter getting caught in, you think fishing line likely or weeds potentially.
I'm 99%
Yeah, you
sure
saw him whipping something.
Yeah, he had to take the fishing line off of him. He was hung up on it.
I've had that happen actually down in Florida. That's scary because there's a hook at one end.
Yeah, it looks like Batson was able to close the gap, although he still got that.
Yeah.
He needs to get a little bit closer to Cameron to really utilize his bump.
Yeah, and you got to wonder if that's going to affect him a little bit later on in the race because he and Steve Miller are in that Masters division together, and Batson just had to put in like 150 meters of like pretty solid sprinting.
It's pretty awesome to see this draft train, Adam. I'm going to give you a little breakdown. We have open women, open men, and the men's Masters top 3 in this whole class.
Yes.
All 3, the only category not covered in this is the women's Masters.
Yep.
And, I think that's kind of expected. The men's Masters, these guys, John Batson, Steve Miller, Dan Novak, these guys are still top performing athletes. They could have competed in the open division as far as ability wise. So
yeah, and this is the rule is if you can catch it, you can draft it.
Is that the rule?
That is the rule.
I guess it has to be, right?
Yep. No class, no division. Dan made that very clear.
Did that.
Yeah.
I just realized that.
And so the rule belongs to that guy on the starboard.
You see back here, Batson is definitely having a little bit of trouble staying on that draft train. Let's see. Maybe our boat weight can get a little help. There you go. He's back in the train.
Yeah. And at some point, Seychelles got to realize.
I would say let's get a little further offshore, just a touch, because they're getting a little reverb off the ball, and we don't want to or mess somebody up either. So, I think this is probably a little better distance for now. Once we get out in the open water and they're kind of separated, then we can get a little closer to something.
I'm gonna pan around here and give you a sense of what they're headed into, which is really this
ready
open.
To get into the entrance of Lake St. Clair here, and you can see the freighter traffic coming through the canal now. So there's a lot of big freight ships that use this Detroit River. They won't really come into play. You know, it's kind of an interesting fact. Once they turn this corner, the south shore is actually Canada. So they're going to be paddling right between USA and Canada. Matter of fact, I mean, most of these paddlers are going to be far enough offshore that they're actually in Canadian waters.
Yep.
But nothing's changed in this draft pack, so maybe we will run up ahead to this corner to get a good shot of the rough water. I'm going to leave that up to you, Adam. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll give one more scan of the paddlers here, get a sense. It's really fun, John, to watch their stroke technique. Seychelles is so distinct.
Yeah, she has great technique, obviously. She's a great coach, and you know, I think throughout these top 10 paddlers, they're all at the level where they're going to have excellent technique.
Yep.
All different body types, though, right? So all different body types gives you all different strokes. I mean, you have Steve Miller in the back is high cadence.
And I'm watching Blake and Jake right now. Oh, something a little bit of
Dan Novak's trying to make a little bit of a move. Blake's gonna.
He's following.
Yeah, they're just following Dan.
I think Dan is going, listen, if you're going to get another foot or two on the inside, that's where I'm going. I mean, that's the extent of the current.
In this river, that really makes that much of a difference.
We saw it yesterday.
Yeah, we saw it in the sprints. We saw it in the tech. The shoreline is definitely your friend here. At some point, though, it's going to get broken up right around this corner.
Yep.
One corner, it's a massive body of water.
Yeah.
And you have to choose what angle are you going to take. You're not going to stay on the shoreline. So as soon as they come, we're going to choose an angle offshore to try to catch the current. And that really played a huge factor on what positioning is going to
Yeah, so I'm looking, I'm now trailing from Stephanie, kind of heading back up to the top. You know what's interesting is even though, and here we go now.
Blake Carmichael's decided he's going to make a move and separate the men and the women. So we have Blake, Jake Portwood, Campbell Carter, and Cameron Batson, Steve Miller, all sort of coming around on the outside.
Yep.
And it looks like Seychelles, Soren, and Dan Novak. Seychelles really sprinting.
Yeah.
With I'm not sure. I think
there's a move afoot.
She's trying to ride his side
Yeah,
wake,
she is.
Is what she's
Absolutely,
trying to do.
she is.
She had to get her nose in position to ride his side wake.
No, there's a little anxiety going on right now. They know here. I'm going to pull out. You can see where we're approaching here. They know, just like you're talking about, John.
Yeah.
We're just about to hit the first really crucial point of the race outside of the start.
Absolutely. This is where the racing is really going to start. I've been in this draft pack a few times, and I think I was sitting in third position here a couple of years ago, and it's just a matter of what line do you take. It really breaks things up. So it's getting ready to get interesting here.
Yep. And I've got like the first 8 paddlers in frame here, and you can see
Jake Portwood's making a little bit of a move now. He's going wide. He's going to go side by side with Blake.
John Carter Campbell has had to expend a lot of energy early on here. Caught in a fishing line early, had to sprint back.
Yeah.
And he's going a little, considering that he's sitting in draft, he's still working pretty hard.
Yeah, well, Blake and Jake are both very powerful paddlers. They're both very strong men. And Campbell's more of the higher cadence, young heart rate sort of thing. So he's going to look like he's working harder than these guys. I don't know if he necessarily is. Maybe on the cardio level he is. But these guys are definitely they're beasts, they have a lot of muscle.
Swinging around. Stephanie's been gapped by about a board length here from Miller, and Stephanie's going to go slow and steady and work her pace.
Yeah, I know Stephanie really well, and she is a give me 5 miles to warm up kind of girl.
Yeah.
She really is. I mean, and I think in sprints she finished third, and then in tech I think she finished fourth. That's not her jam. I think I even said on yesterday's live feed. This is her jam. She's going to get settled into a stroke. It's just a matter of when and where. Steve Miller and Dan Novak, those are your three masters. Steve Miller, Dan Novak, and John Batson.
Yep.
You can see they've sort of fallen off those four guys, the younger guys, which that was also expected, I think, at this point.
Absolutely. And so you can see the draft trains now settled into
two draft trains.
Yep. And it's sort of, it's kind of splitting up still. And I'm going to swing it around here so you can see where they're headed. This is the open water John was referencing. That's Canada over there.
Yeah, and if I can be honest with you, I thought this corner was going to be a lot rougher. The years I've done this race.
Check out these boats, though. Yeah. It is going to get a bit rougher. There are some big power cruisers coming through, kicking up a ton of wake.
Yeah, when I was coming through this section a couple of years ago, or actually both times I did this race, this was a very difficult little section right here. So they have beautiful conditions. This is about as calm as it's going to get out here.
So John, they've settled back in now. So there's a little bit moment of anxiety, a little bit of stress in the peloton, so to speak. And now the train's kind of settled back, and Jake is taking his turn at the front.
Yeah.
But you can see something. You can see in the middle of the pack, they're still working pretty hard. Those split drafts have kind of made a little bit of work. That wake is not clean.
No, it's definitely not clean. I feel what might have happened mentally with these guys is they were seeing that corner up there.
Yep.
They thought maybe that was the corner they were going to have to make the break, where it's actually once they get around this next corner is where they really are going to have to pick an angle, because you don't want to follow the shoreline once you get past this point. You want to start veering out, because at this point you're catching current to help you.
Yep.
This is the crucial point right here. And we might want to stay a little offshore, because at this point, some paddlers are going to come straight out here.
And I'm going to try to, so we're going to swing out so you can see the body of water. And I don't know if,
look at these boat wakes.
Yeah, these boat wakes rolling in.
There are a lot of big boat wakes.
Yeah, these are big bumps. I don't know if you can kind of see the texture in the shade, but
they're going to have to get through this.
Yeah, this is a lot actually. And it's going to steepen up as it gets to the shallows there.
And they're getting ready to approach the Coast Guard station. Now, I remember when I did this race, I headed directly out to that green can. I think that's where Portwood is heading. I would definitely stay left. They're going to come right in here. Yeah, I think Jake's heading right to that green can. He's done this race before. Matter of fact, Jake Portwood has the course record for the Belle Isle Classic at 59 minutes and some change. So Jake Portwood knows this course. Definitely some
look at these bumps, and you can kind of see them. I mean, their boards are sort of dipping below the water line, and we're elevated by about 5 feet.
Yeah, this is definitely going to shake up the race.
You can't see us, but this is definitely one hand for the phone and one hand for the boat kind of day.
It looks like Dan Novak has fallen out of the pack.
Yeah, he's paying for the early effort.
Stephanie Schindler's also fighting all this wake.
Yeah, this is a lot. Oh, Steve Miller just had a bobble, which is saying something.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Okay, so we've gotten under that was, well, here's another one. These are.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, as soon as they turn this corner, they're going to ride these wakes. They're going to surf them.
Well, the timing is exactly wrong, John, because these boats are all just about 2 minutes too early.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. They're probably looking over their shoulder wondering if anything else is coming.
I mean, that was 4 big power cruisers all doing about 15 knots.
I don't know if there's a set of locks or something that everyone just came through, but it was like they all came at one time. But it looks like now there's nobody coming behind us. So.
Yeah, so you can see these big bumps rolling under us.
So you can see right here, Steve Miller has decided to
Oh, yeah, Campbell's making a move here off the front.
Campbell's trying to handle.
Yeah, I don't know if Campbell wants to do this whole race by himself.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tell you, John, if I'm Campbell, I'm sitting in the draft train until there's 2K left.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go on fast twitch.
There's a lot of strategies.
There sure is.
Out here. It's a 6-mile race for sure. So we're going to have to see what and how this is all going to play out. This is exactly what I was saying earlier. Once they come around this corner, they're all going to break up. So you see right now, there's nobody drafting. Blake is catching a little side draft off Cameron.
Yep, and it looks like Cameron's actually sitting in Portwood's draft.
Yeah. And Portwood is saying, I'm going to stay wide. I'm not following Campbell Carter. So.
Yep. Yeah. Jake, I think the scouting report is the further out into the channel you get, the better off you are.
Yeah.
And he is definitely about, I'll say, 10 yards to the left of Campbell.
I mean, when I did this race, I was way further offshore than these guys are right now. I was out there where you see the one OC rider out there? That's where I was.
You're like, this is like old man Miskowskis. Was it uphill both ways?
It was uphill both ways. Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah. Now, back when I was a kid.
Back when I was fast enough to
back when I was Campbell Carter's age. Let me zoom in here a little bit. No, but John, it is great to have your insight as a racer. I mean, because the one thing we really can't see on camera, we could see the current yesterday based on the texture of the water.
Yeah.
You can't see it today.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. You're going to feel like you have help no matter where you're at in this river, but you can't tell the level of help you're getting when you're inside versus outside, really.
Yep. So I've got...
You can see that Jake and Blake and Cameron, they seem like they're not in any sort of rush to try to make a move. Campbell looks like he's just trying to run away with this thing on his own, so we'll just have to see how this shakes out.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I mean, good on him for the effort. In my mind...
I'm not sure if it's the smartest move or not. Who knows?
Yeah, well, we're going to find out.
Something we don't know.
And I got to tell you, Jake is like almost making a left-hand turn here.
Yeah, Jake's heading offshore. Hey, let me remind you, Jake has the record on this course. He's done this course. He knows this course. So has Steve Miller. I mean, we see Dan Novak, who's a local. He's out here.
Yeah, so I'm going to swing back. So right now we've got those front group of guys in the pack, and I'm going to sort of pan around, and you'll see where Seychelles is. And the guy so with her, with Seychelles.
Stephanie and Soren and Preston are deciding to kind of stay inside where Campbell Carter is, where Seychelles is staying out here where
to the right of screen, yeah. Soren right behind her, and then I'll pan around, and Dan Novak, who's the race organizer, is right there. Frankly impressive that he's hanging with inside of this group.
Yeah, this is a talented bunch of guys for sure.
He's no slacker himself.
If you look at Steve Miller, look at the move Steve Miller's made. So Steve's moving to the outside.
Yep.
And making his moves.
So John, if he's opened up about 3 yards.
Yeah, he really has. He's done a great job. Can he keep this pace going? I have no idea how this is going to shake out. This is going to be so interesting.
Well, and here's the thing. He's enough of a threat that I think that these three, we'll call it four if Miller wants to work with right now, say, listen, guys, let's just stay together, and we'll make this a 3K race amongst us. We'll let Campbell burn himself out. Yeah. And we'll work together in this draft train. That's exactly what they're doing right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can see, just look at Blake's stroke rate here. Aaron, good question. John, what are we, about 3K in?
I would say at this point we're about 2 miles in, maybe, so not even.
Yeah, about 3K?
Yeah, 3K. So it's, because I know to the point of this island it's 5 miles. I know more miles than K, sorry.
That's right. Well, now we're almost in Canadian waters, so we got to go to K.
Okay. Yeah, we're actually probably right on. We are in Canadian waters. We're in Canadian waters. Yeah, we're in Canadian waters.
Yeah. Long way from Florida, John.
What's that?
You're a long way from Florida. Now Miller's making a little bit of a move here. I think he wants to get into Portwood side draft.
Well, he's also probably communicating. These guys are talking to each other, their teammates.
Yep.
Steve's got a lot of wisdom. He's been out a long time too, so Steve's probably...
Oh, I think he's going to take a turn in the front, maybe?
Yeah, could be. Steve might be saying, hey guys, we can't let him get too far ahead.
That's exactly right.
Even if we feel like he's maybe on not the best line.
Well, let me pan over here so we can see where Campbell is.
Oh yeah, Campbell's got a good
50 yards. He's opening. I mean,
lead.
Yep. Yeah, that is about 100 meters. You're right.
So Campbell's got about a 100-meter lead, and
I'm gonna go real wide here.
And if you pan back to the girls, they've all kind of lumped together now. So we have Seychelles, Stephanie, and Soren Preston are together. Batson is about 2 board lengths behind that pack. And and then Dan Novak is probably 3 to 4 board lengths behind the next pack. So, but Cameron Carter, I mean, so far that's the story. He's I remember when Michael Booth used to pull this stuff.
Yep, yeah, just break it open.
Break it open and get out front. I mean, maybe he's
yeah, and I've got
that he's going to try to do that.
So there in the frame right now, you've got John Batson, Masters Division, Seychelles right behind him, and then Stephanie Schuyler about a boat length. And Stephanie's got to close that gap so she can take advantage of that draft.
Yeah, I think so. I'm really.
And Soren's right behind her.
Yeah, I was a little earlier when I said there wouldn't be drafting on this side or as much drafting. I didn't expect it to be this calm, to be honest with you. This is as flat as I've seen this river.
Yeah, I mean it's a little lumpy because of boat wake, but it's not like wind and current chop like we saw yesterday.
The years I've done this race are much more disorganized than this. But yeah, so it looks like these guys are going to take turns and hopefully try to.
So you can see the front of that draft train that's chasing Campbell Carter, who's left of frame. Steve Miller's at the front of that train, right of frame, and I'll show you the guys here. And just to give you a sense of, now we've got the 4 guys in this lead draft train.
Wow, Seychelles has used John Batson's draft to pull away from Stephanie and Soren.
Yeah. And if I'm Stephanie right now, I'm saying, Soren, I need you to take a pull here.
Yeah.
Like, we got to close this gap or it's going to go away.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's really opened up. Wow.
Yeah. Well, she's taking advantage of John, which is smart. I mean, if it's open drafting.
It is open drafting.
You got to know the rules. And it's hard to tell from this angle, but it does look like this group of 4 is closing in on Campbell Carter. So. Yeah,
I'll pan back around and you can get a sense of. So there's Stephanie and Soren, and that gap is just opening more and more.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong there. That is who I'm showing there is Batson Seychelles. I was looking at the SIC board.
Yeah.
That's Seychelles and Batson left of frame, right of frame. You've got Stephanie and Soren. Let me show you this big old freighter coming through here. This is kind of fun. These are these really cool.
I'll pan around and get a look at the Great Republic.
These boats are cool. They're specially designed for the Great Lakes, I believe, John. These boats, like to make it through the locks. Look at that.
I would love to be surfing
Look at the bow wave. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Give me a longboard.
Yes, please. Oh, look at these. Oh.
What a cool,
I'm sorry, everyone. We're going to geek out for a minute on this.
Cool scene here in Detroit. If you pan back to the right as this freighter goes by, you can see the Detroit skyline there in the background.
Woo, we're going to go for a little ride here. Hey, you got to get your paddleboarders in. So the freighter just told us to get everyone out of the center of the channel. You guys okay if I turn around?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna make a little run here to get people to get out of the middle of the channel. Of course, the scouting report says to get as far in the middle as you can. So we're gonna go for a little scenic tour here for a minute into the wind because we got some safety work to do. So I'll pan over, you can see if you can hear me through the wind. Here's the back markers. The primary reason that was on the water is for safety, not necessarily so John and I can tell you what's going on. So we're doing goal 1, make sure we've got clearance for this giant freighter. You can kind of see where...
I would like to hope they see the freighter.
They would hope.
I mean,
is it 100 yards or 100 feet? Right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Swing back around.
I think it's more or less his perspective. He'd be up like that.
All right, we're headed back.
Let's see what's happened while we were gone. We'll see if that draft pack of men were able to close in any ground on Campbell Carter. Well, nothing like. Yeah, nothing like keeping things interesting, huh, Adam?
Yes. All right, so busy body of water here. Obviously, you saw the giant freighter there. We've seen a lot of big power vessels. We're making our own way. Well, it's not too bad. We're pretty far away from the paddlers. And you can see Detroit kind of left center of frame. Some other vessels coming towards us. Canada, the left side of land that you see there. United States, right side. That's Belle Isle, part of Detroit. And Detroit's those big tall buildings. And I don't even know if you can hear us. We're going pretty doing 25 knots? 25 miles per hour?
Yeah.
It's fast. We're hauling. Okay, we are back up to the lead. We'll zoom in on them in just a second. John and I are kind of holding on.
Yeah. These guys are a little over halfway through the race at this point.
Yeah, and we're about 31 minutes into the race, a little bit more. Boy, big, beautiful private yacht coming at us. Might as well show it for kicks. Okay, and we're back.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, thanks for hanging with us. Okay, so Campbell Carter has essentially maintained his gap more or less.
Yeah, I feel like he has maintained it.
Now the question is now, and Miller's been pulling for a while.
Yeah, Miller's been pulling for a while. I think Jake's gonna have to. They're gonna have to make a move on him soon. They don't want him to get around the corner first because it is an up current paddle, but at that point it's almost fair game.
We'll zoom back in here a little. So there we go. There's Campbell Carter in the lead.
Yeah.
Panning around to our lead draft train of 4. Steve Miller, Jake Portwood, Cameron Carney, Blake Carmichael.
Yeah.
And then we'll show you the women here in a bit. We got some lumps we got to hold on to.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of water.
A lot of
moving
boat
around
traffic
right
today on the Detroit River. A lot of boat traffic.
now. Some rough water headed towards the paddlers here. We're getting overtaken. I'll zoom out while it's real rough like this.
To give you a little insight.
Oh, and John, we're seeing
into-
some weed too.
I can give you a little insight into the fact that I know that our team riders have decided to ride their narrow boards today
Yep.
because the conditions, it's less wind, but I don't know if they factored in
Boat wake.
this much boat weight because this is the texture I remember the race being. There's a lot more like this.
Yeah, it's definitely a little chopped up, but there's some big organized boatway coming in, and you can see that swell behind us. It's hard to make out on the camera, but there's going to be some bumps to ride.
Trying to navigate through this.
Yep.
Stephanie Schindler trying to navigate it. These guys are getting ready to get hit by a lot of waves.
Yeah, and we're beginning to see weed here too. I'm going to try to pan down and.
There's some grass in the water. Lots of boat traffic.
So some really steep. Woof.
We're good. We got it.
And hopefully you can see these bumps on the camera. So we'll sit back over here and see they're just beginning to hit where these guys are, and we'll see if we get any advantage.
No, I don't think
Doesn't look like it. It's coming a little too far from the side.
An angle.
Well, Miller's scraping away on him.
Well, if there's anyone that can milk a bump, it's going to be Miller, but he's also, I think, more or less just trying to keep his momentum going forward using the wave. Don't really think he's getting a huge advantage from it. He's just not going to let it roll by.
Yeah. And meanwhile, while this is going on, Carter Campbell's opened up his lead again.
Yeah.
Oh, there are some really peaked up bumps here. It's getting kind of triangular, John.
Yeah, I think these waves are about to hit Campbell on that shoreline, so I don't know if it's going to make a difference.
Oh, and Portwood just had a. Oh, look at Cameron's got a bump.
Definitely getting some breakup
Yep,
here.
Cameron's surfing now. Ooh, ooh. All right, now
these
they're.
are that boat, those two boat wakes.
Yeah,
just broke
Jake's
up
struggling a little bit in this.
Just broke up the whole field. Well,
Yeah, it
Jake
did.
decided to ride his 20-inch wide board. It's a skinny board, so
Yeah, and Cameron did a really nice job jumping on those bumps. Make a little separation.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's Campbell.
No, Campbell's just trucking along.
Just trucking along. There's Campbell left the frame now. You can see, yeah, now the stuff is hitting him there.
I'm going to talk about this a little bit. You know, Steve Miller's on a 19.5-inch wide board. Jake Corver's on a 20.5-inch wide board. Campbell's on 21-inch wide board. And if I had to guess, maybe Cameron's on a 21. I don't know. So it does make a difference.
It does indeed, especially after 2 days of racing, right?
You're feeling more comfortable. Oh, Campbell's riding bumps into shore.
Yeah.
Don't know if that's going to help him or hurt him. But he is way
yeah,
now.
he's kind of surfing those now, but he's got to have to make a decision about speed over distance. He is.
Way inside. So
boy, these bumps are rolling through.
Now, if you think about it, once they go to make this turn, then you can definitely surf a bump in.
Oh, he almost ate it right there.
Yeah. We're going to see if that actually costs Campbell by surfing into the beach like that.
Yeah, there could be.
I'm sure in his mind he's thinking, oh, I'm catching some bump.
Yep.
But, I don't know.
Aaron Carter saying on the comments, stop surfing, dude.
Yeah, is he? Yeah. Gosh, Campbell's so far inside. I'm really curious to see how this plays out with the current. If that's a mistake or if it's an advantage because of the shorter line. Like, this is exciting.
Yeah, this is an interesting shot we have here,
how
too.
This is going to pan out. Because these four guys are virtually within a couple more of each other, honestly.
Yep.
They're just all in different latitudes.
Yep.
Blake Carmichael's trying to hold on here. He's, fighting. Speaking of holding on, Stephanie and Soren are trying to hold on in the back. Dan Novak has now passed them. So Stephanie hasn't been able to settle into what I thought she would on this distance. I think it's the texture on the water.
Yeah, it's a lot.
There's a lot of texture out here. Seychelles just sticking with John Batson. She's racing a really smart race.
Let's back off a little back to these two right back here. Just catch up with them. We'll Seychelles being the race leader for the women right now. We'll check her out, see how she's doing. She's putting a lot of work, but she's getting a really nice ride from Batson.
Yeah, I think we can just stay idle here and they come by us. Yeah, Seychelles has raced an extremely smart race.
Yep, she got out, got a great start, pulled the pack.
Yeah.
For the first K and a half or so.
Okay, yeah.
And now this is her getting a pull from Batson, totally legal as announced. So if you can catch it, you can draft it, is the rule.
And keep in mind, Batson is in the Masters division. He's second place. Steve Miller's in first for Masters. So we're seeing three different categories of paddlers. Well, I am seeing three different paddlers.
Yeah.
You guys are seeing them two different.
Two, yep. Batson's a really strong paddler too.
Yeah. And then as you pan to the right, you can see the gap that Seychelles has put on the girls.
Yeah, and here's Dan Novak coming through. Novak, he's the
race organizer.
Race organizer.
And he always does well at this race. He's a strong paddler.
Yep, all alone though. I mean, he's working by himself, which is tough. But he's got a podium spot locked up because there's none other Masters men for probably a half mile behind. And now here we go to Soren and Stephanie. Stephanie doing all the work up front. I haven't seen Soren take a pull yet.
Yeah, I haven't yet either. So
I don't know if Stephanie's just going to say I'll wants her own clean water.
Yeah, I don't know if she's waiting for the upwind or she's just like, that's all I got today. You never know. It's been a long weekend of racing.
Yep, sprints on Friday, tech races yesterday.
Yep. Really
difficult conditions towards the latter part of the day yesterday in the tech races. So that'll take a lot out of you.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's your top 10 still that we followed from the beginning. Yep. We would love to give you some coverage of the other paddlers, but it is a massive gap.
Yeah, it is
between
huge. It is
these
huge.
Top 10 and your next wave of paddlers.
It gives you a sense of the speed of these front guys.
I mean, it's a massive gap.
I think we stay with the front guys. We'll have plenty of time to catch the. Yeah, exactly right. We can always come back around, but there you go. That's the gap.
Yeah,
we're swinging around.
Are getting to the tip of Belle Isle now.
All right.
So they're getting ready to go on the up current part. Now that's where it can get interesting, Adam.
Yes, sir. The Detroit skyline in the background there. The dome of Ford Field just over the paddlers' heads. We'll hold on tight here while we go for a little ride. right, we're rounding the point here in just a little bit, and we're going to get a sense of whether Campbell's tactics have paid off. He's still got that lead, John.
Yeah, absolutely he does. And it looks like Cameron is doing his job now, pulling the other two guys. So all three of those guys have worked together.
Incredible that they were able to gather themselves after those waves broke them up.
Yeah.
And now John Weed becomes more of a factor on this side of the island.
Oh, 100%. Well, the problem with this side of the island is you have one lane, and that's as close to the shoreline as possible. So if you're trying to make a move, if you're the leader and you look at a shoreline, you don't let anyone on the inside of you. You're going to make a move on the outside of you, and they have to really move capacity, and they have to fight the current capacity. So you can see Campbell's definitely clearing the corner with about a 5 or 4 length.
Draft train, trying to get back to him, and yeah, that is not the lead you want if you're Campbell, having put in all that effort.
Right. He's
still working really hard though. I mean, this is going to kind of come down to what he's got in the engine.
Yeah, I mean, if he's been training properly, he'll hold on to this race, that's for sure. I mean, he's got a big enough lead now, and they're all battling in the same flat water.
Yep. And Seychelles coming around the point now too. She jumped in front of Batson here as they made the turn on the point.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know. We'll have to see how this positioning shakes out.
All right, so there's Campbell Carter, and it went from like, I would say it was like 100 meters. Seychelles just had a bobble. I don't know if she hit Weed or not, but she's fine now. But Batson checked up behind her as I looked over.
Yeah.
I'll swing around there just so you can see. She's still cruising along really well. That's John Batson on her tail. Dan Novak, not doing bad. Sort of close. It looks like he's scraping back a little bit.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yep. Blake Carmichael here, now I'm swinging it back around, is getting dropped a little bit. Doesn't want to lose this train.
Yeah, at this point, I really feel like if Cameron, Steve, and Jake want to make a move, they're going to have to put in a couple short sprints here or there just to try to close some gaps.
Yeah, someone's going to have to make a move.
You can't just stay at that same cadence unless they just don't have it in the tank.
Yeah, but you would think though. I'm just watching their stroke. It looks like Jake's not working too hard.
I don't know how long. How long do you wait to make a move? Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I'm just looking at their cadence too. Like, what kind of ride are they getting? Miller's got a high cadence here. I don't think he's getting much benefit.
Well, Miller always has a high cadence.
Good point.
Even when he's drafting, that's a slow cadence for Miller.
Yeah, fair point.
But if you just look at Campbell's technique, it's very clean right now. Campbell,
he looks very comfortable.
Campbell is hammering. He's like, he's giving it his all. Hey, I'll pause you
1 second.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a quick down and distance here. So USA Sup National Championships.
Yeah.
This is the distance race, Belle Isle, Detroit, Michigan.
Yep.
We are probably about 8K into a 10 plus K.
Yes.
We're about 2 or 3K left to go. That's Campbell Carter in front, being chased by Cameron Carney, right?
Yep,
Cameron Carney, Steve Miller, Jake Portwood.
Steve's starting to make a move on the inside as we talk.
And sorry to interrupt you there. Seychelles is in the lead for the women. We'll catch up with her in a bit, but this is really she's in a healthy lead in front of Stephanie Scheidler and Soren Preston. Yes. So this is really where the action is, which is why we're staying up here. And I'm going to swing back to Campbell. You were making a point, John.
Well, I was just making a point how his technique looks excellent and he is not slowing down, right? So he's giving it everything. So what I was getting ready to say is I've seen Campbell for a long time coming up through the ranks, and I'm a huge Campbell fan. He's had this lead before with Jake, to be honest with you, at the Treasure Coast Paddle Battle, and Jake was able to reel him in and pass him at the finish line. I have to believe in Campbell's mind, he's saying to himself, I'm not going to let that happen again.
And here's the gap. Now, Steve's putting in some good work in the front. I kind of think, like you said before, Miller and Portwood are teammates. Miller's got, it looks like, the Masters wrapped up, unless something unbelievable happens.
Yeah.
And so he may be doing essentially domestique work for Portwood here. Jake's been sitting in the
Cameron,
back.
he's just doing it for the whole
Yeah,
battle.
he's pulling him back, but I'm going to swing it over here. You can see there's the gap right there. And Miller, that's the high cadence. He's beginning to pull harder and harder.
Yeah.
There's Portwood in the back.
Like I said earlier, if they don't make their move soon, they're going to run out of time. There's a mile and a half left in this race. They are going to have to close that gap in the next 10 minutes. Like it is not.
Yeah, there's maybe 15 minutes of runtime left in this race. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a good shot at Campbell here.
Keep in mind the record was 59 minutes, and these conditions are flat. So I think that record's going to be broken. I really do.
Well, and here's Campbell just hammering away, and I think they are not gaining on him.
No, they're not.
They are not. And Jake's going to probably have to take a turn in the front, and if he's going to do it, it's kind of now or never.
Yep, absolutely.
And there you can see I'm going to get all of them in the frame here.
This is a huge race for Campbell Carter. If he can take the win here, I know it's going to mean the world to Campbell. Obviously, I think he finished 4th in sprints and 2nd in tech. You know, he wants to go home with at least a first place finish in one of these 3 disciplines. And I think this means the world to Campbell, to be honest with you, to win. And he is paddling it like it means everything to him.
His form has stayed so solid.
Yeah, it's great.
This
I know
entire
he's been
time.
coaching with or training with OR Training, Oscar out over in Spain, and it's looking like it's paying off, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Wind, light breeze blowing kind of from left to right, paddlers left to right. Maybe a little headwind.
Yeah.
Nothing much to worry about. The
I
water
wouldn't even
is
really
so.
think it's affecting them much.
No,
It's the
not at all.
current. They're against the current right now, so.
And it's still, that looks about 30 meters, that gap.
Yeah, it's quite a gap. I'm
gonna zoom in and get a sense of.
Campbell has great form right now, great technique.
Yeah, he just looks completely composed.
Absolutely.
Just swinging around a little.
You know, Jake Portwood, he's gotten 1st in sprints, 1st in tech, so he has the national championship wrapped up as far as being the USA Sup champion overall. I hope that's not lack of motivation, but I think this is more or less Campbell Carter.
Yeah, going under the bridge right now, by the way.
I think this is more or less Campbell Carter saying, this is finally my chance. I'm going to win this event, and not letting up at all. Like,
John, he broke from them about 3K in, and we were convinced, maybe not convinced, but we were speculating it was a mistake to go by himself. His fitness, I mean, look at that form.
Yeah. I don't know. We were questioning whether or not it was a mistake. Clearly it wasn't at this point. He knew what he was doing. He knew his fitness level. And he's showing us now his fitness level. If you look at his stroke rate as opposed to Steve's and Jake's and Cameron, these guys look like they're running out of gas.
Yeah, I would agree.
Campbell is paddling like it's still a sprint.
There's going to be, I think when they get to this, here, let me swing around and give a little view of things. By the way, we should update. John, you want to give a verbal update on what's going on behind? Because it's gotten a little bit interesting for the Masters. Dan Novak is catching up, it looks like, to Batson.
I can see from back here.
Yeah.
It does look like we still have Blake Carmichael sitting in that 5th position, followed by Seychelle Webster. Seychelle is stoked right now. She's got this good lead on Stephanie and Soren, and she's feeling really good.
That's Seychelle in front of that pack of 3 back there.
John Batson and Dan Novak. Dan is, it's hard to tell from this angle, but
oh wait, hey, I'm gonna swing around. Jake's making a move.
Okay. All right, Jake's like, I have to make it, I guess. This is
all right,
my chance.
Here we go. So I'm gonna zip out a little bit here and show you the distance. There's Carter Campbell about to pop into left of frame, leading out in front. And Jake's decided the pace for the train isn't fast enough for him. And he's making a move, so we'll watch this. This is sort of what we expected, John.
Yeah, I hope he, from a flying fish teammate perspective, I hope he didn't wait too long. But He's definitely trying to make a move now to see if
Yeah.
he can catch Campbell.
Well, listen, he was sitting in the back of the train
He
for
was
about
recovering.
4 miles.
Yeah, and he was really chilling. I was wondering if he was just tired or just chilling.
And now he's making ground, and this is what we were worried about for Campbell, is if one of these, if this train was going to benefit one of these guys so much that they'd be able to reel him in.
We'll see what happens. I don't know. Campbell looks really strong to me at this point. I don't know. We'll have to just see how this shakes out.
He's gained like a couple board lengths, but that's a significant gap still.
Yeah, it's a huge gap. I mean, you have less than a mile left, and you have to close 5 board lengths.
Yeah, he's going to have to go for an all-out sprint, really, and I think
Yeah.
Campbell still has it in him. I bet
Yeah.
Campbell closes between, there's going to be I'll swing around so you can see it. There's Campbell now alone in the frame, and a fishing pier.
Yeah.
Right there, you can make it out, that structure.
They will go under that structure, by the way.
Now, it's interesting, Captain Tristan, our yesterday's captain for us, said that there is a huge weed bed under there.
Okay.
And so cutting that, even though you stay out of the current, cutting that carries significant risk.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I always went around the outside of it when I was racing here. I didn't realize you could go under it, I think, was my problem.
Yeah.
But, you know, let's also think of this. Campbell, at some point when he sees that finish line, adrenaline is going to kick in, and he's going to still muster up a sprint.
It's better to be in your early 20s than your late 30s. Too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
or 50s.
Yeah, Steve Miller's 51, Jake Forward's 38, Cameron is 18, I believe, and Campbell is 20. So we got a big age gap. It's the young guys versus the old guys, and right now the young guys are getting it.
Yeah, and I want to acknowledge we're not showing much of the women's race. That's because Seychelles running away with it. She's just over our shoulder. I'll pan back. She's just put in a great effort and working kind of back and forth with John Batson back there.
And we will circle back
we will.
as soon as these guys
finish.
But
this is, he's closing a little bit.
Now he's down to about maybe 3 boards.
But we saw Campbell uncork it yesterday in the Tex, and his speed burst is
it was impressive.
real.
Yeah, he really does have that fast twitch muscle to go.
He's picked up his cadence.
Yeah,
Campbell has.
Probably feels Jake behind him. He feels the surge.
Yep.
And Jake has closed. He's down to 2 board lengths now.
Yeah, it's happening a little bit. It is.
2 board lengths with a half a mile.
The finish, I'm going to swing it around here. You're not going to be able to see it too clearly, but you're going to see some bright orange. There you go. That's the finish line, essentially. So here we go. They're passing under this fishing pier.
What an impressive race, though, by Campbell Carter.
Totally.
Regardless of how this plays out. Like, I mean, I've always been a Campbell fan. I've said it a million times. He's such a good kid. His family supports the sport so much. He supports him as an athlete so much. And so it's really...
It looks like they've hit heavier current.
Yeah,
They slowed down a lot. We've sped up a little bit, but...
It almost looks like Jake stayed a little closer to the shoreline.
Yep, oh boy. It's about a board, and that's not even.
Is Jake making a move?
Jake is making a move.
He's
oh boy.
dropped Miller. He is...
Oh, we're going to have a race.
Yeah, he's on Campbell's side. Well, not side, sorry, but on his tail virtually.
Yeah.
But Campbell also feels it. I know he does.
Oh, he can hear him now for sure. There's not enough wind to stop him from hearing. That we know.
Yeah, Jake has reeled him in. Miller's now hammering to try to get on that 3-man draft train.
Yep.
We're gonna have to
There's Cameron back there.
Here. We don't want to make any interference at all. Do they have to run up the beach?
I don't know.
Oh, I wasn't at the racers meeting. Well, this could get interesting, huh?
It is interesting. This has been interesting throughout the dynamic.
Jake and Steve are now, they've caught Campbell. They're on his tail. Campbell's got to be thinking, not this again, but I still am going to try to give, I mean, as much as I want to give the advancement to my guys, I feel like Campbell's just not going to let it happen.
Yeah,
I mean, what's your thought on Campbell right now? Don't you think he just has looked like a man on a mission?
He has looked like a man on a mission. We saw some speed out of him yesterday, and honestly, the end of 3 days of racing, these guys are all in peak condition.
Yeah.
But I tell you, John, age is a factor.
Yeah.
just period, to be able to recover after a day of skiing. These guys all obviously went to the finals in all of those events, so multiple heats. They've already sprinted to get to this point over the last 2 days. They've essentially sprinted more or less the equivalent of like 3 or 4K. Then you come into this 10K race. But here you go. This is the battle for first in the men's open. Detroit, Michigan, Belle Isle. Is it Belle Isle Classic or Once Around Belle Isle? I
think it's called Belle Isle Classic.
Yep.
It used to be called Once Around Belle Isle. It was the OBI around Belle Isle or whatever they called it.
And this is the USA. Oh, here goes Jake.
Jake's starting to make a move.
Getting into side draft.
Gosh, did Jake wait to the last minute or what? Did he wait long enough?
Now
virtually side by side.
You were telling him to make a move like 4K ago.
I know, but I don't. He knows obviously.
Yeah, he's sitting in side draft now, and this has got to be horrifying for Campbell. That's not a guy you want sitting in your side draft. It's just a spot where.
No, it's not.
And it's so flat.
He's on the inside line.
He's the inside line.
There's no buoy to come around.
Here we go. I mean, guys, we're 100 yards from the finish.
Yeah, this is and they're virtually side by side.
Oh, my heart's
Miller's
pounding.
in a totally separate race, right? So he's in third position overall, but he's in the Masters men's. So Miller is sitting in third, but he's really sitting in first for
John, they're
men's
neck and
Masters.
neck.
So Miller's moving out of the way. He's letting these guys battle it. He doesn't want to be involved in the sprint up the beach.
You can hear the cheering from the shore. They see these guys
they're
now.
Starting to come. It's Jake Port. We're going to pull a miracle.
Jake's
has
pulling
a
in front.
lead. Jake's pulling in front. He's got a half a board length lead. He's going to have to get off his leash and run. Jake now. Oh, dude.
I know you're torn.
Look at Jake put down the power. Jake is pulling away from Campbell. Unbelievable.
There it is. They're getting cautioned to get their leash off.
Oh, shit.
There goes Jake.
Jake Portwood. Wow. I'm trying to remain calm. Jake Portwood, your USA champ.
Wow.
All 3 disciplines.
I cannot believe.
Campbell Carter has got to be.
What a heroic effort.
Campbell, like I just said 5 minutes ago, I am so impressed with Campbell every single time I see the kid race.
And here's Cameron.
Cameron's also from Canada, so he's obviously in this race, but he's a junior and he's from Canada. So technically he's first junior.
All right. And here
that's going to put Blake Carmichael.
Getting the gimbal under control here. Sorry, gang.
Yep, that's going to put Blake Carmichael in third overall.
And now let's swing around and look at, I mean, boy, hats off to Seychelles.
That was incredible performance by Seychelles.
So here's Seychelles, but now there's a really good race for second and third spot with the Masters.
Men's Masters. John Badson, Dan Novak. Dan's taking off his leash now.
Yep. Oh, yeah, he's sitting in dress, smart.
Yeah, Dan took off his leash
and
now.
Batson has a calf leash, which is a little bit trickier to get off potentially.
So
and look at Seychelles. Oh, my goodness.
Seychelles, she's
incredible.
Incredible job. Yeah, she was first in, well, no, I guess she wasn't first in sprints. I think she got second in sprints.
Yeah.
But
look at her go.
This is John Badson, a good friend of mine, an amazing athlete. And it looks like John's going to take second in the Masters behind Steve Miller.
Yeah, he's just got to get his
Novak. Great job, guys. Oh, man, what a fun race.
Amazing. I'm super impressed by, I mean, Seychelles is up there with some strong men, but that's no surprise. She's incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
And there goes Batson up the beach.
Yep. And Dan Novak.
I got to tell you, hats off to those 3. Blake's already made it up. And now here we go. Let's see who's coming around here.
Well,
looks like it looks like Soren. Is that Soren? Looks like it.
Yeah,
so it looks like Soren dropped Stephanie somewhere back there. Sorry we didn't have that for you, obviously. We saw an amazing race up front, which merited sticking with.
Oh, yeah. No, we had to stay with this race. We can come back now. We'll just slowly idle back this way and start picking up some more competitors for you guys.
Yep, so Soren Preston, who flew the red eye after the Gorge Downwind Champs, jumped on a red eye, arrived yesterday for the technical racing and showed up here. Hats off to her.
Yeah, Soren is the future for the women in the U.S. for sure. She's a great young talent out of California, and Soren she's just been so much fun to watch. I mean,
and impressive that she was able to paddle away from Stephanie, who is in great form.
I'll get the chance to talk to Stephanie later and see, but you know, Stephanie just turned 50 a week ago.
Amazing.
Isn't that amazing? So she signed up in the open class because she didn't want to compete in the 50 plus. So Stephanie just turned 50. She's at her peak, honestly. She's so fast.
Just incredible effort by her.
So that's going to be your second place open women's. Soren Preston.
Swinging around here. Here's wrong way. Stephanie Scheidler, right about.
And
Where? There she is.
And there's Stephanie for your rounding out your women's podium. And then we'll just continue to. I'm not going to talk to Stephanie right now. I'm sure she's not too happy, but
Yeah.
she's Stephanie's an incredible athlete.
Who do we have here?
This is Tony Galang
Oh, there
from
you go.
Ohio.
Yeah.
So this is going to be your 4th place Masters men. That's an impressive performance by Tony. I mean, I know there's some other open men that are really strong, and Tony is going to finish 4th in the men's Masters. And
got a couple sit-down craft coming towards us. Detroit skyline in the background.
How interesting has it been? They all started together, sit-downs and stand-ups, to see these guys finishing in front
of these sit-down
of
craft.
all the sit-down crafts. Like,
Unreal.
think about that.
Unreal.
You know, I don't know what the sit-down community is like up here, but I know in Florida the sit-down guys
Yes.
are fast.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's see if I can. I think this is going to be Alex Ostrowski coming next.
Oh yeah, and I love to see. Like, I hesitate to call some of these really fast paddlers back markers, but relative to the winners of maybe.
Stay a touch this way, just a little bit. I mean, we're not affected with the wake, so it's perfect. But yeah, so I'm going to say next on stand-up we have Alex Ostrowski coming in. So she's going to be your 4th place women's.
Great job, I heard too.
Yeah, she's 19 years old, I believe.
Yeah, looking
And
over her
then
shoulder.
On the inside of her, we have Tillman Miser from Maryland. He's in your men's open. And next to Tillman, boy, I don't know who that is next to Tillman. I don't know who that is next to Tillman on the SIC.
Alex doing a great job though. I mean, these are really strong paddlers that she's in front of.
Yeah, great job, Alex.
Smile on her face.
Yeah, smile.
But you know what? I gotta tell you, she's racing these two guys over her shoulder.
That is Tillman for sure. I
and
don't know who that is with behind Tillman. It could be a local guy named Josh. I can't tell. It doesn't look like Josh.
And that's Paul Pianowski from SoCal.
Okay.
Strong SoCal paddler.
Yeah, that's interesting. We don't have they have numbers on their legs, but we can't
Yeah,
make
but
them out.
our eyes are both over 50.
Yeah.
we have 50-50 vision.
Yeah. This is who again? Paul.
It's Paul Pianowski.
Pianowski. Okay.
I'll swing around.
And he's in the men's open division. And then coming up here, I can tell we have Regan Littell from Maryland. That is Tillman's girlfriend. So she's going to be 5th place women's.
Yep.
Running out top 5 for women. And then Carl Euster.
Wow.
This is your Grandmaster leader.
Yep.
So this is our
This is first place for
men's
Grandmaster.
Grandmaster leader, Carl Euster.
No surprise.
Yeah, if I had to guess, Mark Hewitt did win the sprints in tech, but I believe Mark on that 20-inch wide board in those conditions.
Oof.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, we watch some of the best paddlers in the world struggle a little bit with those.
I'd have to say Mark went swimming.
I'll agree.
Talk to him later, but who knows? But this is Carl. Either way, Carl's going to take home the victory for the men's Grand Masters or Golden Masters. Are they Golden Masters? I think it's technically Golden Masters.
Way to go, Carl.
Good job, Carl. So there's your first place Golden Masters. We've yet to see the Golden Masters women,
which we
or
suspect will be
even
KT.
seen Masters women yet. I don't think we've
this.
seen.
This might be. Hang on,
Is
sorry.
this our first Masters? No, that's Ariel from Canada. So she's open women. This is Ariel from Canada.
Yeah.
She's a very strong paddler out of Canada. So this is open women still. Good job, Ariel. Front and center on the live feed. Make sure that form's looking sharp. So we still haven't seen any Masters women's. Actually, here you go. This is a Masters women, maybe. The girl from Chicago. What's her name?
Kirsten Lefeld?
Yep, I think that's Kristen.
Kirsten, I think. Kirsten, yeah.
Kirsten. So that's probably your first Masters women's. Is she Masters? Do you know?
I think she's open.
She's open.
Hey, there's Harrison Withers on the sit down.
Hey, Harrison, there's your race organizer from the
For
last
yesterday,
2
that's our
days.
race director from the last 2 days. We'll give him some screen time.
Yeah.
Make it look good, Harrison.
So Kristen's open, so that keeps. Here's Julie Miller, local paddler, also open women's. Julie Miller lives here in the Detroit suburb area, I believe.
Don't know who that is on the infinity board.
Yeah,
sorry, apologies.
We try to know everybody. We don't have a list with numbers, and honestly, like we said, we can't necessarily see the numbers. There is a prone guy coming right here that would probably have to back up. We're drifting in more than you think. There's Julie Miller there.
Oh, Julie!
Yeah. That's your local girl right there. We're going to try to identify as many of these racers as we can. I see on this prone board, that's Alex Sandler. He's also...
Oh, he's trying to set the prone course record.
Yeah,
today.
well, he looks like he might be doing it because he's doing a great
hauling.
job. Yeah. Great job, Alex. And then inside of Alex, I can tell from here, that's Rachel Cantori from South Carolina. She's in the women's open. Yeah, we haven't seen the women's masters yet. I'm not sure who we're gonna see in that. Like, who was our? It was Ines.
Nice job, Alex.
Yeah, Alex. In the tech race, it was Ines from Kansas City area.
Yeah,
who had
yeah.
the win yesterday, so she was in the women's masters.
I think we got little sprinkles coming through.
It was also Lori.
We're gonna get some rain here in a second.
Yep.
Rohrer, was also in that tech race. She got second, so we're gonna see who's gonna have this distance.
Yeah, and keeping
It
it kind
looks
of
like
wide.
we have Hung Young Bu from New York area. Hung Young is a young paddler from the Manhattan area. And let's see, do you recognize any of these guys?
I don't.
It looks like we might have some more Grandmasters.
Yeah,
I'm not
I think
sure
so.
who that is. Is that possibly? I'd be guessing.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we'll just. Their friends will. They and their friends will spot themselves.
Yeah, I tell you right now, though, I guarantee you the talk after this race is going to be that backside and the boat traffic.
Yep.
I think there was a lot of paddlers that probably were not prepared for that.
Yeah, John, those were really big bumps. Like
Well,
waist,
they were cabin
stomach high.
cruisers going full speed. And they just came in waves. You know, it wasn't like one here, one there. They all came in packs of 3 or 4. And they were passing each other, so they were just mixing up their own wakes.
Yeah, and it got peaked up a couple times, like got real triangular here and there.
And we're getting rained on right
We
now,
are.
and it's cold, so I
Wait,
hope
this
you
isn't
guys
cold.
are... No, it's cold. It's cold.
Yeah. You can tell which one of us is from Seattle and which one's from Florida.
Yeah, it's cold. Anyway, but we're going to stay out here and give you guys...
John's gonna get hypothermic. Well,
I'm not joking. I'm really cold.
you can throw it. Look at this. He's gonna curl up in the back of his van when we get to shore. He's having a medical emergency and we're having a chuckle.
All right, I'm going to make a call.
That's Adrian
here.
Angel, I
Okay, that's
believe.
Adrian Angel, and he's in the Masters, right?
Yep.
And I wonder if behind him...
Oh, is that
No, it's a male paddler. It looks like it's hard to tell from here. Oh, you know what? That's a local guy. I can recognize him, I believe, from his board. Christos, I believe, is his name. Christos is a local paddler. I'm pretty sure that is Christos.
Yeah, nice little
Yeah.
like mini squall blowing through here.
Yeah.
Hopefully the
I don't know if this goes. I don't know if they come through fast in Detroit or if they stick around for a while, but
This should blow real quick.
okay. There they are. Good job,
yeah,
guys.
fellas. Nice
Front-
cool down for you.
Front and center on YouTube. Better make that form look good.
Time to put in some power, Adrian.
Good job, Christos. All right, let's see. Is this so this is a Grandmaster. This is
Uh-oh.
uh-oh.
Okay, there we go. We're back.
Yeah.
A lot of water floating around the electronics right now, gang. I might step back under the transfer.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is. All right. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that.
Evan Young.
Pretty cool, you know. And John, a lot of us have been there. I mean, this is, for most of the people watching, this is us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really cool. I mean, they just completed a really big race with a lot of challenging conditions through it, and what a nice relief to be well within the sight of the finish line. I'll kind of swing around here real quick and show folks. There's the finish line. Nice little squall blowing through.
These guys that are paddling, they're probably not minding the rain right now.
Not at all.
They're hot. They're feeling good in this rain. I am on the other hand. There's Michael Markunis.
Oh yeah.
So there's Michael. He's in the Masters. I don't know what position that'll put him in.
Yeah, John, I think you're absolutely right though. That section, well, with the boat wake, probably really made a lot of people's days tough.
Yeah. We'll hear the stories later. Do you want to talk about what we saw at the finish of that?
Yeah, let's go back
Open,
and recap as Ellison comes through the frame here. Maryland paddle,
there you
I
go.
believe.
There's Ellison. I believe he's a USA Sup board member.
Yeah, regional rep, I think.
Regional rep,
Yep,
okay, from Maryland.
Yeah, so let's recap the race here, and I'm gonna go wide
because gap here. We will sort of like point out if we notice some women's masters.
We'll let people paddle through the frame here while we recap.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I might swing it around so they can see us. Why not? You and I are both pretty good looking.
I'm freezing. I'm chattering my teeth. But go ahead.
Okay, so early on, and there's the crew. There you go. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. All right.
Welcome to Michigan.
Woo. Yeah. You know,
this is July? What?
So, that's nice and toasty for me. Okay, so early on, because there was no draft rules really, if you can catch it, you can draft it. That was the rule.
Right.
So Seychelles leading out a draft train of about 10 people, and it was all of our race favorites.
Yeah.
Masters or men's Masters,
Yeah.
men's and women's Open. And I'm gonna flip it around here.
Yeah, and I'm
gonna
interrupt you super quick because I do recognize the girl on the inside. She rented a board from us from California. That's Lori Drewer.
Drower. Yeah, like Hour. I remember
Drower.
this. Yeah. Drower.
I believe, I don't know if is Beth Open or Masters? Do we know? I think
sure.
She's from Chicago. She's got to be Open, I think. But Lori is in. Here it is actually. Lori and Ines.
Oh,
so
you're right.
That Ines?
Good eye. I think it is.
Ines?
Is it?
She was on
an
Well,
NSP.
here's Kristen, KT,
Oh, and there's Mark.
and Mark Hewitt.
All of our favorites.
Yeah,
All at once.
all coming at one time.
KT, there's your Grand
But I
Masters
feel like-
women leader.
I don't know if that's Ines. Maybe she switched boards today. But if that is Ines, these
Mark-
are the two that battled it out in the tech. There's your Grandmaster women's leader, KT. Mark, I believe, is sitting in 3rd or 4th place for the Golden Masters.
He did say he fell a lot.
He fell a lot. Yeah, I expected that. We have Rob in here on the SIC. I recognize Rob. Local guy Todd here paddling. So it looks like it's going to be Lori and if that's Ines, it was hard to tell. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll keep the camera pointed out here. Is that Troy from Ohio? That is another USA Sup regional rep, I believe.
A lot of people have changed boards today, so I only know them by the board they paddle.
So we'll leave it here. We'll let people come through the screen. Okay, so Seychelles let out.
Yeah.
And then we saw a little breakup. Pat got a little anxious.
Yeah.
People started making moves whether they needed to or not.
Yeah, I feel like everyone. Yeah, I think everyone felt, I got plenty of time. So.
Yeah,
But,
and then Campbell Carter made a break
Yeah.
early with about 7K left.
And we talked about it.
We talked a lot about it, and I don't want to say I told you so,
Yeah.
but we were worried about his ability to sustain that lead paddling by himself, and he did a great job for a long time, but really kind of succumbed. I'm giving you this, dude.
No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm cold.
John's cold. Okay, and he finally did. At the very end, was holding off this train of Cameron, Steve, and Portwood.
Yeah.
And they were working together. Steve put in a really strong pull, and with about 2K left, Portwood took over that train, and started applying some power.
Yeah.
And I got to say, hats off to, I mean, feel for Campbell, but hats off to Jake. He measured it out perfectly.
Yeah.
With about 100 meters left, he passed after
Yeah.
having sat in draft, then side draft on the inside out of the current.
Yep.
Passed. This is fun. These guys are all having fun now. These back. I don't know if you can hear the chatter, but the back markers are coming in now and just like hooping and hollering in the rain.
Shirley Heineman, if you pan
Yep.
to the
Yep. She's coming through on the
She's
white
coming
one
through,
sup.
Okay. There's Shirley.
There she is.
Local paddler from Michigan, Keith Conway, is coming to frame here shortly.
Oh, there's Keith.
You'll see
Hang on a
Keith
sec.
coming into frame here in a minute. Right there's Keith. Wow, looks like a beautiful day in Detroit. Wow, did that change quick?
Yeah, it did.
Here comes Nia Lee coming through. Right there's Nia, South Carolina paddler. Anyway, so back to that men's open. So
Yeah. So Jake just executed it perfectly. Cameron, we thought for, I would say about 80% of the race that he was gonna,
Campbell,
sorry.
yeah.
Campbell was gonna pull away and maintain. He had like at one point a 100-meter lead.
he just looked like he wasn't slowing down, you know, but he was definitely, we know now he was giving his max effort the entire way.
Yep.
And this is where, you know, with age comes wisdom kind of thing.
Yep.
Jake knew where he had to be to stay within his striking range, I imagine. Jake and Steve are extremely smart paddlers.
Yep.
Very seasoned.
And for all intents and purposes, teammates
And teammates.
who are
100%.
also in different divisions.
Yeah.
So, and Miller, having broken open the Masters
Yeah.
event, essentially, was running away with it, knew that he could expend energy at the front of that draft pack.
Yeah.
And spare Jake from having to pull Cameron along.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you know, listen, it helps to have teammates. There's
sure does.
no doubt. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's cycling or any other sport like this. If you have teammates to give you give you some pull, you're going to take advantage of it. And these guys have done it year in and year out together, and they work together, and they're smart. But don't, you know, let's not forget. I mean, I'm sure Steve Miller would more than love to have that overall win as well.
No doubt. But he's a
anyway.
realist.
He's a realist, yeah. So, no, it played out perfectly for those guys. They knew what they were doing. I'll get all the stories later. But just to see Jake Portwood when he decided to make his move, not just close the gap, but then
Open
up a board length in front.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be a sprint up the beach.
Yeah,
and it really wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, Jake had time to fumble with his leash a little bit and kind of, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, so, you know, again, though, hats off to Campbell because, gosh, man, the kid is just his heart is so big and he's just trying to grind it out the whole way. He decided to make that move and we talked about it. Is it a mistake? Is it smart? You said right off the bat, if I was Campbell Carter, I would stay on that draft train as long as possible.
Yeah.
But,
and, you know, well, it's, you live and learn. And there's no, oh, by the way, I just want to zoom in on here. This board,
Pierce,
Ed Pierce on his catamaran sup board.
Yeah. That's a homemade board that Ed built.
It looks like black marking on the front, but that's actually the gap between the two hulls.
Yeah, it's it looks like eagle. It looks like an eagle ray to me.
It does. That's right.
Like the front of an eagle ray kind of thing. So
Cool board. I love that.
yeah, let's talk about the women advantage of the draft. She rode John Batson.
Yeah.
The majority of the backside. Incredibly smart racing by Seychelles.
But she pulled the entire train the first
Down the shoreline, sure.
2K maybe.
Yeah.
So she put in a huge effort, and just incredible effort. And then she and Batson were essentially, I doubt they were working together, but they worked off of each other.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not saying that Seychelles wasn't going to do it without Batson. I was saying she just
No
raced
doubt about
really
that,
smart.
yeah.
Like she had an incredible performance and earned every bit of that. So it's just great to see somebody race so smart. It really is.
Yeah. She had an amazing race. Then Soren Preston, who had a really smart race actually, sat in Stephanie Scheidler's draft for
it seemed like the entire time. So we never saw the switch happened because
Yep.
we were following the men. But at some point, Soren decided to move around Stephanie and make a run
Open
for
it up. And I think if I'm guessing, the exertions, I should say,
Yeah.
of the weekend probably caught up with Stephanie. I mean,
Yeah.
again, this is the recovery time. But we thought that was going to be true of Campbell, that, youth would save him after, again, to
Yeah.
be stated. The competitors have
Yeah.
to this point, over 2 days, essentially all-out sprint
Yeah.
for the better part of 3 or 4K.
Yeah, 100%. Well, speaking as a 50-plus-year-old myself, I know for a fact that recovery time definitely is tougher and tougher as you get older.
John, you and I
Stephanie
are
just turned
devastated
50.
from sitting on a boat yesterday
Yeah,
for a few
I
hours.
was exhausted. I was exhausted.
But you're absolutely right.
But what about this luxury we're in today? I mean, we're at the
Oh,
Freedom
my
Boat Club
goodness.
has
Yeah, hang
provided
on.
us with.
Let me do a
yeah.
quick. This is what we were
Yeah,
kneeling
we were
on.
in a rowboat yesterday.
Yeah, it's a little better ride.
A rowboat with a
Here we
tiller
go.
handle.
Wait,
so
here's our
crew.
oh,
Yeah.
There we go. Thanks, guys. Everyone.
so
Yeah,
big thanks to-
these are the heroes of the day.
Yeah,
The
big-
inside knowledge from you guys
Yeah.
is fantastic. We know all these people now. It's really a lot of
Yeah.
There's Sue Butler. She's from North Carolina, but also a Canadian born, I believe. Look at the grass she's got on her leash.
Oh man, let's take a look at that.
Yeah.
There's that weed we were
A lot
talking
of weed
about.
on her leash. I wonder if she's pulling some. I
Or well, she obviously went in at some point.
went in and got caught up in the weeds. Yeah.
Yeah. This is, honestly, John, sometimes this is like, these are the best, even as competitive as most people are. Sometimes it's when you're just sort of like cruising around. At some point you go, you know what, not my day.
Yeah.
But no, these folks, especially when you get these packs here, I'm going to swing around here. You get this, and at some point you see, oh, there's the finish line. You take a look around you and go, I want to finish in front of
Yeah.
so-and-so.
So this is Kathy, I believe, from Chicago area.
She had a great day yesterday, didn't she?
Joe Novak, I recognize.
Kathy looking, that's great form there.
Yeah.
Really great form.
I see coming into screen here. Got another prone paddler actually coming
Yeah.
in too. See the prone
That's the third prone.
right there,
right?
prone guy, yeah. And right here coming in screen is Trisha, all the way from Montana.
Montana.
Yeah, all the way from Montana. So great to see how many different people came out from different regions and even different countries with the Canadians and also Mexico. The Ostrowskis live.
Yep. These guys are having a chat back here.
Yeah. It's like, guys, the race is almost over. Just
Yeah.
finish strong.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who this is? This is a father and son, I believe. And,
Oh,
I could be wrong, but I touched on it yesterday.
Oh,
I heard the
yeah.
mom talking on the shore. I believe her son, and I forget his name now, I apologize, but he has just started paddling. Like
cool.
within a week or so.
Oh,
Like,
what-
literally. So,
Whew.
and I believe this must be his dad, if I had to guess.
That would be my guess too. Yeah, they're having a
Yeah,
little chat.
they're having a chat. He's pushing them. I think they're from the Chicago area as well. So great to see that.
Yep.
Like,
Nice. I love,
not just
love
to
this
have,
stuff.
Yeah, not just to have a new young paddler in the sport, but to be out here with your dad
Yep.
and doing the race. And he's probably wondering at this point, Dad, what the heck did you get me signed up for? I don't
Yeah.
know, but
Yeah, was this swimming lessons or a paddle race?
yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
I think a lot of people went swimming.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people would swim. There's
That
no
water
doubt.
was borderline on, oh, there's weed on the front of his board. Yeah, yeah. We'll leave it there.
I think at this point, I don't know if we need
Yeah,
to,
maybe we.
I
just
know
get
at
a
some
few
point
more.
I want to get back to the shore.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
celebrate with
okay.
my crew.
I'll tell you what. So let's do this. Okay.
But-
So John, great time out with you again, buddy.
Yeah, man, you too.
As always.
Absolutely.
A lot of fun. Thanks everyone for sticking with us. If you're watching this on the recorded version, appreciate you watching. USA Sup National Championships. Today was day 3, the distance here in Detroit, Michigan. What a great race. Thanks to the crew over our shoulder. Thanks for Tristy yesterday on the
Yeah.
boat. Just a really wonderful paddle scene here.
Oh, it's
in the
been
Detroit
great.
area,
Yeah, it's
Midwest.
been a great event. Everyone, all the organizers, everything, it just went smooth as could be. I would just tell everyone to check out USA Sup and their Instagram and Facebook pages. You'll see some results and some photos of this event, but I would say if you're in the United States, join USA Sup, get out and paddle, tell your friends, and let's keep growing this thing.
Awesome. I love it. Thanks,
man.
everybody. We'll see you.
See ya.